it's not about the finish line. It's not about where you start. It's about the race. And at the end of the day, it's about that finish line. These clear words by my dad rings in my head as I'm ready for the 400-meter finals of the state championships. Kishz, go! Come on, you can do this! Yeah, come on! As I was nervous, I hear voices screaming my name. I was both excited and nervous at the same time. But my aim was to finish this race. On your marks, get set. I was focused right in front. Total silence, and bang! The gun goes off, and there I go dashing across the stadium tracks, 400 meters. The target is to do it under 1 minute. And so I ran. And as I ran, and I ran, and I ran, and I ran, and I ran, I felt the breeze, I felt the excitement. I hear the stadium roar. I hear the supporters from all the other states screaming their favorite runner, but that dims down, and I only hear my name. Come on, Kishz, you can do this. So I ran. I see runners in front of me. I see runners on the side, behind, and there was this guy in front of me, and I wanted to beat him. And so I ran. And I ran, and there was the final 100 meter where everyone was slowing down. I put in all my energy into that final dash and gave it my very best. And I ran all the way to that finish line. And as I crossed that finish line, I went, yes! And whoa! We are the champions. They didn't sing, I was just singing in my head. Are the champions, my friends. And suddenly everything was slow motion. My friends! And I was happy. And there I stood, and I just did this, and I turned around, and I was like just basking in that glory of being a winner, a champion. That moment I crossed the finish line. Wow, that experience. Can you imagine people just screaming your name, and wow, and you just looked at the announcement and the scoreboard, and you have just broken the state record, like at 15 years old. Whew. 2 weeks down the road, I was here representing my state, and I had Pahang, Sarawak, Sabah, Kuala Lumpur, and I was representing Negeri Sembilan. Proud and still remember that sound, that glory, it was there. And the race started, 400 meters, there I went. Excited, but then this time at the final 100 meters, I realized I was nowhere near the first 3 runners. What's happening? And so I ran. Everything that I have practiced, everything technical about it, I ran. And there was this next finish line. And this time, I crossed the finish line, minus, yes! Whoa! We are the everything when rewind. And at that moment of crossing the finish line as number 3, everything went back to a rewind and elapsed into a memory of how I wish this was a week ago. But not now. It's the same finish line. What happened? Yeah! Cross out! Back to the finish line. The starting line where I was last week. And it dawned upon me. Same finish line. But why a different sense of victory? Why don't I feel the same? And then I realized at that young age that life wasn't about the finish line. That every time we complete a race or we face an obstacle in life or challenges, or when we feel that we have a sense of achievement and we are right there on top of the world, we raise our standards. There is a standard race that there is another finish line in life. Now that is funny, isn't it? It's called the finish line, but it's actually the beginning. It doesn't really finish. And at that young age, I understood what this finish line really meant in life. Fast forward 5 to 8 years down the road, I decided to start my own business, my own company. Same thing. From having the idea of creating a business, talking to friends, getting investors into the picture, I was like, wow, this is exciting, yes! So you make your first, say, 100,000, and you go like, really excited, wow, this is working, I'm so happy. But then, you realize that it's not your finish line. That there are challenges. There are things that happens in life that makes you think, that brings forth a sense of wanting to achieve more. As that line of standard rises, the further or the more your finish line is increased in front of you. And so I learned 3 things. 1, a sense of realization that there is more to life than just the success that we have today. 2nd, what I did was to take an action on those realizations and say I will work harder, do better, and increase my capacity in whatever I do. And C, which is R-A-C, C is to stay committed to my dreams and my plans and what I want to do in life. Ladies and gentlemen, just being an athlete or a runner in school has taught me this beautiful thing in life, that the finish line of where you start, the journey that makes it an exciting one of learning and discovery, always leads to another finish line. And one day, you will be standing at your final finish line. And even at that point of life, you are not the one who would say it's finished. The coffin closes and everyone around you says it's finished. And those words will forever remain in my mind. In conjunction with Father's Day, I'm reminded of what my dad has told me, that the finish line is actually just the beginning. Thank you.